We got this! Let's get it together!
I planned. You didn't.
Cover!
Gotcha!
Free haircut! Got a bead on him. And...
In range now. I see him! You're all the best!
What's in that pit? I don't know if they're here or not. I can't... Come on. Let's find the monsters who did this. That was one of the Skylar girls, I think. Seems like we ought to leave her alone. Feels an awful lot like grave robbing.
was awesome!
I'm Isaac Reed. On behalf of all of us here, I want to offer our unconditional surrender. As proof of our goodwill, I want to tell you that the culprits got into town with help from Farron Brago's organization, and...
Isaac, how could you? How could you throw in with these people? How could you let them take my family? Where are my parents and my little brother?
They're in the grave you passed on the way here. They didn't suffer, Lucia. I promise. Baby, look. I didn't mean it to go this way. I tried to stop them. I really did. I begged.
Stop talking right now.
We thought we were in the right. The Dorseys promised that we could take down the Patriarch. They didn't say anything about murdering hostages.
What about all the other people they killed? Or was that part okay with you, Isaac?
It was Nelius Dorsey. He went looking for your family, Lucia. Your family especially. That's why I got you out of your house before the raid. I didn't want anything to happen to you.
You didn't want anything to happen to me? So you let savages abduct and murder my family. You knew what they meant to me. You knew what their loss would do to me.
But you're still alive, Lucia. Don't you see? You're still alive, and that's what matters most to me. He escaped. He took some vehicles and headed west into the mountains. I don't think he was planning to come back. Farron Brygo's gang helped them get into town. I don't know how or why. And I overheard Nelius say something about Liberty Buchanan, the Patriarch's daughter. I think she's going to attack Colorado Springs. It sounded like she's gathering an army out in the plains. Something way worse than the Dorseys. We've been under the Patriarch's boot for 50 years. We say that the 100 families are in charge, but it's really just his family. Just him. I know you must think I'm a fuzzy-headed idealist, but this society's sick. It needs to change.
I have heard enough. If your betrayal of my family was not sufficient, your treachery here most certainly is. In the name of the Patriarch, I sentence you.
Please, Lucia. I did this for you. All I ever meant was to help build a better world for you. For all of us. I can't tell you how much I regret. Please don't kill me. Please.
A better way? I can't think of one. Not after what he did to my family. You want to let him walk away from what he's done? I have justice right here, in the palm of my hand. I am more than happy to mete it out. I would be delighted to be its instrument.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come in, November 1. This is Ranger HQ. We're getting reports of shooting in your last known location at Garden of the Gods. What's your status? Over. They'll be happy to hear that, Team November, as am I. Good job getting those sumbitches. Over and out.
You let Isaac live? After he gave aid and comfort to the enemies of the Patriarch? After he helped them kill my family? You let him live? Why arrest him when you killed all those others? What made him special? If I had been in the house, I could have saved them! Very well. I accept your decision to let him live. But the people who are truly responsible, Neelius Dorsey and Liberty Buchanan, I will bring justice to their doors. Will you help me find them? You can count on my guns every step of the way. Of course. Good. You've got yourselves a bargain, Rangers. We should go after Neelius Dorsey first. Isaac said he headed west into the mountains. No doubt he plans to hole up at one of the old resorts from before the bombs fell. I don't think we're ready to face him yet, though. Neelius will be dug in, I expect, and he'll have all his best people with him. He only left behind the expendables in the garden.
I thought she said she was gonna follow orders, not give them.
For now, we should head back to the sheriff.
Good job clearing out those sons of bitches. I'd help. When the sheriff tells you to man a spot, you man the spot.
What's your favorite song?
Gotta be Sex Dwarf. It bops so hard.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Shit! Fuck! Fuck! I'm so screwed! Like, totally. I went upstairs to get my shit out of the safe, but Boulder and his mercs took my pants and kicked me out before I could get it. No fucking way I'm dealing with that asshole again. But I need that stash or I'm dead. Can you help me? Not my drugs. Other people's. Well, mostly. I got deliveries to make. Rhino and Focus. 5 each. I owe a lot of money. I don't sell this shit and they'll kill me. In a safe? Upstairs in the private room? Here's the combination. Just watch out for Boulder.
Talk to Mr. Knows if you need anything.
No more gambling for me. I learned my lesson.
Hey there. What do you need? This is the Little Vegas. A slice of paradise in a freezing shithole. Plenty of sins available for the picking. Just take a look around. Loose lips don't get you far in Mr. Brygo's organization. So, nope. All the best vices Colorado has to offer.
Alcohol's nice, but it's the company that makes this all worth it.
Hey, remember how I blew that Dorsey's brains out? Still got some on my shoes. 1, 6, 8!
What are you runts doing in here? This is a private party. None of your fucking business.
Oh, they're mercs. Happened to be in town when the Dorseys attacked, so we paid them to help us out. Nice to see him putting the Patriarch's money to good use.
Defending Colorado Springs and beating those toothless shit-kicker Dorseys to a bloody paste. Local 168! Let me hear you! Woo! Ha! You mean shakes? You runts are running errands for a junkie? Get out of here. We're gonna sell that shit when we sell his pants. Oh, so you've got some cojones. Well, if it's a fight you want, the local 168 are happy to oblige. Ha! You're right. Get out of here, you panty wastes. You ain't worth the glove leather.
Hell
Thieves.
yeah! 1, 6, 8! 1, 6, 8! 1, 6, 8! 1, 6, 8! Go-hoo-hoo! Go-hoo-hoo! 1, 6, 8! 1, 6, 8!
Yeah, any luck? Do you have my 5 Rhino and 5 Focus? Thank you! You saved my life! It's just a little to even me out. That's all.
Ooh-wee! Always have a time in Little Vegas. Even if I go home with red-hot balls. It's just like
Welcome to the Little
hellfire.
Vegas brothel, friends. Oh, hey, Quan. Looking for a good time, I assume.
Sorry, Ken. Me and my friends are here on business today. Rangers, meet Kendall, Colorado Springs' finest purveyor of sins of the flesh.
That's my name, yes. Excuse me a moment.
You really shouldn't ask him about that. He had a misunderstanding with Mr. Brygo, and they cut off his junk. Smooth like a Ken doll. Get it? Makes him a great pimp, though.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
Wanna buy me a drink? Well,
Ah, it's you, Red Hats. I was wondering when you'd come to see Charlie Nose. Farron Brygo's capo, leader of men, hero of the Battle of Two Buttes, savior of St. Elmo, and friend to everyone worth knowing. Welcome to Little Vegas. Not surprised you haven't heard of it. St. Elmo was lost to a fire years ago, sadly. But it was a thriving town before then. Thanks to old Charlie, yep.
Don't listen to a word old Charlie says, Rangers. He's the biggest bullshitter in Colorado Springs.
Says the biggest bullshitter in Colorado Springs. All those and more. I have plenty to tell you, Red Hats. All you need is working ears and an open heart. Charlie is a friend to all, and all know Charlie. So what can Charlie do for you? I'm the floor boss. I make sure our guests are happy and entertained, and that they don't wander into the back rooms. You like it? He used to be a real lady killer. Then he made the unwise decision to double-cross Mr. Brygo, so the boys took him into the back room. Had him in there for weeks, poor bastard. You could hear his screams clear across town. He came back with a face that wasn't so pretty anymore, and without Master John Goodfellow. Kendall, get it?
What a revolting story.
Yeah, he didn't like it much either, especially the ending. Why wouldn't I? Isn't that who you are, with your hat so red? Oh well, can't help you if you're confused. You see this silver ram medal? You like it? It's my favorite badge. The patriarch himself gave it to me. Yes, sir, for saving his eldest son. Man, you should have seen the size of that snake. Ah, Mr. Brygo's pride and joy. Our pride and joy. He founded this club after coming here from Vegas. Apparently, it emulates the style of Sin City, but I never saw that place myself. If you want to talk to the man in charge, you'll find Mr. Brygo upstairs. I can? Did you mean, will you let us through? In that case, no. Jokes aside, Mr. Brygo doesn't let anyone into the back without his explicit say-so. And we take Mr. Brygo's instructions very seriously. If you want to go back there, talk to him, not me. See this one with the skull? Sheriff Daisy gave it to me for dealing with a corrupt marshal. She was a beast, let me tell you. Must have had some kind of mutation. 8 foot tall with fists like bricks. But I gave her the old razzle-dazzle, took her down.
Razzle-dazzle? Is that what you call falling while running away from her and tripping her with your quivering ass?
That worked, didn't it? She fell face first into a fire plug. Knocked her cold. Until next time, Red Hats.
These stairs lead to Mr. Brygo's lounge. He said I should let you guys through. But don't even think about messing with that computer behind me. I got one job, and that's guarding that computer. And if you was to mess with it, well, that would be a very bad day for you, my friend. A very bad day. Good, because that is the computer that controls the ventilation system. And I have to guard it because it's broken, and there could be real trouble if anybody said it wrong. You better not be, because if you were to set the fan to off and the heat to max, which isn't supposed to be possible, but right now it is, the furnace could catch fire and burn the whole place down. So I'm not leaving my post for anything. Well, maybe if a fight broke out I would, but nobody would be stupid enough to start a fight in Mr. Brygo's place, would they? You're not gonna say I said any of this, are you?
Ranger! Ah, Rangers, what a pleasure. I heard you were in town. It must be, what, 20 years since we crossed paths? Not that any of you would remember that, of course. You were probably just kids when Vargas and Angela Death and the rest helped me save Vegas. And I hear we have you to thank for Cassidy's fine clothiers being back in business. My capos and I thank you. If not for Cassidy's, we'd have to settle for second-rate suits from the bazaar. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm Farron Brygo. Welcome to Little Vegas. My recreation of the glories of the town we lost. Perfect, isn't it? You haven't heard the story? Hey, I'll never forget it. 20 years ago, Vegas was being overrun by robots. A nightmare. Then Angie and Snake and their squad showed up, guns a-blazing, and saved the day. Heroes, every one of them. Helped me consolidate control of the city, too. Of course, 15 years later, the robots came back and destroyed everything. But you know all about that. They attacked you, too. Anyway, that shared history makes me happy you're here. I hope you'll enjoy your stay. I'm glad you think so. You should have seen it 5 years ago. Nothing here but the walls, and half of them were falling down. We really worked hard to get where it is today. But enough about me. How are things with the Rangers? Is General Vargas still in charge? I'd love to give him my regards. We owe him and his team a lot. Damn. I'd heard rumors, but... well, I'm not surprised that's the way he went out. A hero to the end. Thank you for telling me. I'll raise a glass in his honor tonight. Now, what can I do for you? Ah, yes. Had that painted for my office back in Vegas. Before the robots came. Not a bad likeness, eh? Thank you, Rangers. That's very flattering. But really, it's not so much that I haven't aged, but more that the cares and woes of running Vegas back then made me old before my time. Since I've come to Colorado, I feel 20 years younger. Like I said, 15 years after the Rangers saved us, the robots came back. Deadlier than before. We held out as long as we could. But without help from the Rangers, the end was inevitable. As to why we came to Colorado, well, we heard some rumors of the good work the Patriarch was doing out here, creating a stable, prosperous society. That's exactly the kind of environment a business like mine needs to flourish. So we packed up our roulette tables and hit the road. I know any attempt to recapture the past is doomed to failure. But I had to try. It's not quite Vegas, but it's close. And since I can't go back, this will have to do, won't it? And besides, the customers don't know it's a pale imitation. To them, this is paradise. All of Sin City behind one door. Good luck.
Please, enjoy your time in our elegant establishment.